So this is independent challenge number 2 within module 5, exercise 5.5. And the things that we are going to be doing is mostly pretty simple. So just taking a quick look at our directions, we're called to create formulas for the totals of each month in each cell and then calculate the percentage of sales for each item. So we're just going to select all of this and an extra space if we're going to be using the auto sum button, which is in the home tab. So on my computer it just looks like a E. So I'll just do that. I'll quickly do that for all my tabs. Then to calculate the percentage of sales, I go to my formulas bar. Within the function library group, I will click on the logical and I will choose the if-error argument. The value I will select is my cell B5, which is 2,105, and I will do the divide by sign on my keyboard, and I will press the total to figure out the percent. So it'd be the individual divided by the total sales. And I will make B10 as an absolute cell reference by clicking the F4 on my keyboard, and I see the dollar signs and it has been turned into a absolute cell reference. Then I will refer back to my book and it says that the value we should write is incorrect. So value if error, and I'll write in parentheses caps locks in correct. Okay. Then I will use my fill handle and apply it up to cell C9. I will not apply it. I don't really need 100% for my January sales total. Okay. So then I will go on to my month of February and do the same thing. Logical argument of if error, value divided by my total, make that into an absolute cell reference, value if error, incorrect. Use fill handle and drag it down. Then go on to March. Same thing. B5 divided by total. Make that into an absolute cell reference. Error. Incorrect. Oops. Incorrect. And use my fill handle. All right. Then for this one, this is where we would use our equals sum function, open parentheses, click on our January tab, press and hold your shift key on your keyboard. Then once you are holding down on your shift key, click onto the cell. So I'm going to click on cell B5. Then while still holding my shift key, I will click on March. And if you noticed, it selected February automatically for me, even though I just clicked on March. I can let go of my shift key, being careful not to press anything else on my spreadsheet. I look up here in my formula bar. I have my sum from January until March, so February is included here, and it is summing all the B5 squares. So I'm going to click into the formulas bar. Once my cursor pops up, then I'm going to close my parentheses and I can press enter. So it takes me back to my summary page automatically, and it input my total. I will see if I could use the fill handle and drag it in, and if it'll allow me to see the finals. Okay, so now I look over here, and I will look at my formula bar, and it's showing me that there's a sum for cell B9. The sum is from January to March, and it's summing all the B9 cells. So 6 grand, almost 7 grand, B9 here, and B9 here. All right, once I have that, I will now select all of these with an empty square, and I will do the auto sum, and it will give me an outcome of 130,000. I will now use the if error argument again to find the percentage of sales. So I will click cell B5 divided by B10, make B10 an absolute cell reference. And value if error, this is where we have to refer back to the sheet and we have to see what they want us to write. So this time they want us to write miscalculation. So open your quotation marks, miscalculation, close the quotation marks, press OK, and use the drag fill handle. All right. Now we're going to check what else we need to do. So then it says for you to enter your name in the summary worksheet footer. And then on the product sheet, it says to submit to your instructor. We'll double check our assignment. Assignment 14. Complete each step as written in the textbook. Step I, after completing the step, return to the worksheet to the normal way. So let's take a look at our step I. All right. Okay, let's go back to our worksheet. Okay. So now we're going to be going to our product sheet, which is located right here. Now they want us to take this string of information. So technically it is all on cell A1, and they want us to divide it into individual columns. So to do that, I will just select A1 since my information is already all in cell 1 and it's just spilling over into the other cells. I'm going to go back to my home tab. I'm then going to look for the one where it says, maybe it might be in a different tab. Each layout, formulas, data. All right, it's in your data tab, in your data tools group, and it should be called text to columns. So I'm going to click that, and I'm going to read what it talks about. It says, choose the file type that best describes my data. So my data is actually delimited because I already have my data just simply being separated by commas, which is right here. I'm going to click next. Delimiters is the ones that are being used is comma, not tabs. So I deselect that. And then I'm going to click next. And I'll just use general and finish. So now that it's been separated, I'm going to quickly take a look. Paper, stationery, ink. Okay. Now it just wants us to use uppercase for each word. This is where I'm going to put in my formula, and I will type upper, open my parentheses, click on A1, close my parentheses, press enter. I can now take and you do a drag with the fill handle, and hopefully this will allow my words to become uppercase, which they did. So now I'm going to check each formula to make sure it is referencing the correct cell. I'm going to quickly just go back to home, make sure that I can be able to visibly see it. So I'm just going to format it for proper column width. That looks pretty good. I'm going to double check what they want us to do. Okay. So second row is already in uppercase, widen columns as necessary, enter your name in the products worksheet footer, save your workbook, and then submit it to the instructor. So now this is where you can go back in and manually enter in your name in the footers of the different tabs or the different worksheets that it was asked for before submitting. And this is Independent Challenge 2 for Module 5.